remembering Roe, this decision took place a couple of years when I was a couple of years out of high school. And I remember working at a huge telecommunications firm, and nobody was talking about the decision. I don't know if they didn't care, if they weren't aware of it, but no one was talking about it. And the thing that was sad to me about the decision is just a few years before, I was dating a young man in high school, and he was in a rock band. And one of his bandmates and his girlfriend illegally aborted their child. And I remember the devastation to the mother. Women deserve better than abortion, and I remember the devastation to the mother. I remember the emotions experienced by the father of the child, the grandparents who lost their grandchild, and I remember thinking, you know, this Supreme Court, 9 men who have no idea what it's like to carry a child, had just invited every woman of childbearing years in the United States into the doors of an abortion clinic to end the lives of their children and to suffer that same kind of grief and devastation. And that's what was really sad about the decision. And since that time, over 55 million children have died at the hands of their parents. And I think that what we're seeing in our country is the manifestation of a culture that no longer has a regard for human life. And I don't need to say more about that. I think it's pretty obvious, the manifestations that we're seeing. And so Life Legal Defense Foundation and these other organizations that are remembering Roe, to use a term that we hear in another context, is we will never forget. And Life Legal Defense Foundation will continue to defend the civil rights of pro-life advocates who are out in the public fora, whether it be at a clinic, on the public sidewalk, at a high school campus, to make sure that they can advocate for life. And we're praying for a time when the sanctity of human life is restored to our culture. We're praying for a time when abortion is no longer a viable choice, whether it's legal or not. And we're praying that God will have mercy on our nation.